Welcome back to another episode. Today I'm going to show you a code snippet that will enable you to randomize the order of these widgets here in the sidebar. Now, the benefit of doing this is that, if you have the set of sidebar widgets here, or any widgets for that matter, they look the same on every single page. That's fine for most people, but sometimes you want to randomize things a little bit and you want to give a little bit different presentation versus the same old widgets on the sidebar on every single page. So you want to give a little bit more customization. All right, so there's a couple of things we could do. There's two ways to go about this. The first way I'm going to show you is by using a plugin called Code Snippets that will enable you to add PHP code to your theme without the concern of a theme update making you lose your code. Now, if you are the developer for your theme and you've developed it yourself, then you could also just put this code snippet inside your functions.php file or in any file that's being included into your website. So first we're going to go to our dashboard. We're going to go to plugins, add new, and we're going to go here to the search plugins and type out code snippets. And it's going to be this first one right here. We're going to install it. We're going to activate it. And then you get manage link over here in your install plugins, link in the sidebar over here. So if you want, you could check out the settings. So you can go over these settings here and you could add a new code snippet. You can give a short title. So random widgets. And then in this box here is where you're going to place your code. So the first thing we're going to do is add filter. In that manner, give yourself some space, put up parentheses, close that off. And inside your parentheses, you're going to put in your quotation marks, your single quotation marks. And then we're going to put in sidebar underscore widgets. And then outside that first set of quotation marks, you put a comma, give yourself some space, put another set of single quotation marks. And then here you're going to put in your function you're going to create, starter underscore random widget underscore order. And then underneath this add filter here, we are going to put in our code. We're going to create a function, and then we're going to take this function right here. That's going to be the name of it. We're going to put our parentheses. Inside the parentheses, we're going to put in the parameter of sidebar underscore widgets. And then outside the parentheses, you're going to put your opening and closing curly brace. Go inside them and go down. Inside the curly braces, you'll tab, and then you're going to make a variable, sidebar. You're going to assign that variable a value, with your single quotation marks there, close it off, go inside. And then this is going to be the sidebar you want to target for the randomization of the widgets themselves. So in my theme that I'm customizing here, the right sidebar, so right dash sidebar. So we have a variable called sidebar, is assigned the value, and then right sidebar, close that off. And then we'll do an if, we're going to do an is set, and then another set of parentheses. Go inside there, $sign, and then we're going to put sidebar underscore widgets. So if it's set, then you're opening and closing square brackets. And then we're going to give it the sidebar here. We'll go inside this one, and then we're going to do an and, is underscore admin. So this exclamation point means is not. So is not admin. Going to give that the parentheses. And then we'll do our opening and closing curly brace. Then we're going to put shuffle, $sign sidebar underscore widgets, square brackets, sidebar, curly brace. So outside of here, we're going to return sidebar underscore widgets and close that off. All right, so let's go over this code and make sure everything's correct. So we're doing the add filter. We're putting the sidebar underscore widgets, and then we're doing starter random widget order. We have our matching quotation marks on both of them. We're separating them with the comma separated there. We have our closing semicolon there. And then we're starting our function, starter random widget order, same as here. We're putting in the parameter of sidebar underscore widgets. We're opening our curly braces. In there, we're putting a variable of sidebar is assigned the value of, in this case, is right sidebar, because that's what I'm targeting for the theme I'm customizing. In your theme, it might be different, so you have to identify which sidebar is being used. And then we're doing if is set sidebar underscore widgets, then sidebar, because we're targeting here. That's the variable. And is not admin. If both of these conditions are true, then we're going to shuffle the sidebar widgets, sidebar is widget. I see a typo right here. an S right there, and an S right here. You got to make sure we have everything correct. That's why it's important to always double check your code to make sure you have everything correct. Everything checks out right there. Okay, so now we have this done. This should be correct. So now we're going to go down. You can put a description if you want. We're going to save changes and activate. That's done. Let's go to the front end. And now we see here, let's go to another page. And now you see that it randomizes it. Let's go to another page. Let's go back to the front. And you see it randomizes the sidebars. So it just changes it up a little bit. It's a nice little feature to add to your theme. And it's very easy to do with the Code Snippets plugin. And it gives you a way just to give your website a little bit more uniqueness. So that way it's not the same old sidebar widgets on every single page or post or article. Gives it a little more randomization. So the other way we could do it, let's go back into our dashboard, go into our snippets, go to manage. I'm going to edit, and I'm just going to copy and paste this. Now I'm going to go into my text editor, and what I'll do here is I'm going to delete this snippet. So now it's no longer there. Let's go to the front end, make sure that's correct. Okay, so now we have the default functionality back in. So now let's go to our text editor. I'm in my functions.php file. This is my widget area. So underneath it, I'm going to put the snippet and then save it. And I'm going to go back. And I'm going to refresh this in the browser. All right, so now let's see if it randomizes. You see it does. It took effect again. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any thoughts, ideas, or comments, leave them down below. I'll see you next time. Take care.